She-Hulk. Final episode of the season. We'll see if we get season 2. It might be a series, might be the season. This has been an interesting ride. I'll obviously give my ranking of where She-Hulk lands when I do my ranking the Marvel TV shows video near the end of the year or sometime in the next month. But as it stands, I overall like the series. I think it's not the best by any stretch of means, but it's far from the worst. This episode. So did I enjoy what I was watching? Absolutely, I did. Is it a good episode? Sure, I'll go so far as say it's a good episode. As a series finale, there's I think a really huge issue. I mean, first and foremost, let's talk about the things we liked. This is literally the most fourth wall breaking we've had here. Talking to Kevin, what was it? Knowledge evolving visual integration nexus or something like that, or intelligence. I don't know. That whole idea that Kevin Feige's around that was good. But you must change back into Jen because you were expensive, and our computer, our graphics team are already moving on to something else here. The Wakanda thing, boop, boop. that was good. What's with all the dad issues? When are we gonna get the X-Men? See you on the big screen. Really? No. The She-Hulk smashes. Bruce smashes the building. I smashed the fourth wall. So I met Murdoch. We're more Daredevil. We have been lax on that. Yes. All of that was legitimately entertaining. The final bit of the near the end too, where we just finally get Jen. I've come to help. Oh, sorry, sorry. Oh, Daredevil. And Matt literally just sitting there having like a picnic, a collection with Jen's family. I like that. That scene that was really good. Now there is a catch to that. First off, are Matt and She-Hulk actually going to be dating in this movie? This universe, at least for a time? I don't know. I'm down with it. They're a really good couple. The stuff prior, I was like, all right, this is happening. I did like I kind of missed the chicken blood. I kind of like that joke a bit. I'll say this. The fact that Blonsky, Abomination, legitimately wasn't like a part of Intelligentsia, they just had him there as a guest speaker, and he's like protecting Jen's like, Jen, watch out! I'm like, okay, you know what? Blonsky's an okay dude. He's like, yeah, he fucked up in Incredible Hulk, sure, but in this series, he's actually just an okay dude. He's just kind of in his own world a little bit. And I like how Wong comes to get in the post-credits scene. Now, before I get into what I think the real big problem that this season finale did actually for the entire series, let's talk briefly about that Hulk son thing, Scar. First off, who banged? Hulk was like the champion gladiator on Sakaar for a while, so he probably got some of the ladies. Some of the ladies want that big Hulk. But I do think in some capacity, in some way, be it a series, a movie, a special, they're somehow setting up for a Young Avengers thing. We clearly seem to be setting up for it. Because we have American Chavez, we have Kate Bishop, Speed and Wiccan exist in the multiverse somewhere. They're likely to come back at some point. We have Isaiah Washington's grandson, who I believe it's his grandson or his nephew, or I think it's his grandson. Who is a young version of Captain America in some way. He does something to kind of become a faux super soldier. Just thinking of everyone else here real quick. But Yelena's going to be part of the Thunderbolts, so you can't have that. And Bucky's part of the Thunderbolts, or going to be a part of the Thunderbolts in that movie. The point being is that they see, Shuri, you could base Shuri with that, assuming that Shuri is in fact a Black Panther at the end of Wakanda Forever. We can tell she's probably going to be a Black Panther. They've been implying that there's probably going to be multiple of them. And some toy lines have hinted that. Who's going to be the Black Panther at the end of the movie? If there is just one, I'm going to guess maybe Shuri, but we'll find out. But Shuri, if she is there, that's one. And now we got Scar, who's the Hulk equivalent. Basically, you're kind of replacing your existing heroes with the younger versions. A, because, actors get older and their contracts run out. But B, this is a storyline that happens. And some people theorize that the Kang Dynasty may be secretly a Young Avengers story, with probably some of the older ones still in there before we go into Secret Wars. But I will admit, just having it there, like that's a big thing. Hulk's got a kid. Bruce has a son. Like, I mean, just like, hey, look, I gotta say, like, this episode probably needs another 10 minutes to flesh a few things out here, or at least another 5 just to explain what was going on there. So that I'm like, well, that's a drop that, like, as a fan, I'm like, cool, we're going down this route. At the same time, though, like, really, that we're going down, that's all we get of that? Okay. But the big, and I heard someone bring that up best, and I'm like, they're 100% right. And I mentioned this to my dad, he's like, exactly. Basically, the fourth wall break, changing everything that was going on there. And then going back to the kind of the fixed reality. First off, fourth wall breaking is not controlling your universe. That's not how that works. I do like how Kevin mentions, yeah, you're not going to be able to do this again. We fixed that. But yeah, to be fair, she wasn't actually controlling her universe. She was asking the guy who can control her universe to control her universe. So I guess, that's kind of forgivable. But what it really ultimately does is mean that this entire series, even the Matt Murdock episode, which is debatable for my favorite episode because I had an issue with the ending of the episode, the Matt Murdock episode is completely irrelevant. The whole someone wants her blood storyline is completely irrelevant. The whole her trying to, balance who it's completely irrelevant. It completely made all that pointless. So we basically just sat through several episodes that were lesser than the other episodes, like the retreat, like the wedding. I think is by far my least favorite episode of the season. It's my least favorite by far, and by all accounts, that and the other episode 7 were completely pointless. And then the wrecking crew at the end of episode 3 trying to steal their blood. It's all completely pointless because. And then Hulk tells me, I got your blood, and I earned it. And it's like, come at me, bro. Like, Jesus. Yeah, it's irrelevant. She made it all irrelevant, which means that entire plot point was irrelevant, which means there was no point in watching what we were watching. Now, I still enjoyed the series. I did. I had fun with it. It wasn't amazing, but I liked it. But it just negates everything. And I'm sorry, but that's a problem. That is a legitimate problem as a storytelling mechanic for Deadpool broke the fourth wall perfectly. He could talk to the camera. He made knowledge of things outside of his universe. Even making knowledge of what's possibly going to be happening in the film. But She-Hulk, I think they took the fourth wall breaking a little bit too far in this series. I guess she's climbed out of her comic panel and talked to the writers before. So talking to Kevin, I have no problem with. It's the fact that she altered her entire world. In theory, if she asked Kevin to do that and he was willing to do it, she could have just stopped Thanos right there. Thanos has severe diarrhea for the rest of for the entirety of his days. He will not be able to get the Infinity Stones. World saved. I don't know. I have an issue with a series that basically is setting something up. First off, now to be fair, the way the episode was playing up until the fourth wall break, like the major one, it was just kind of like, okay, all right, it's kind of funny. And I like the fact that Joe's was like, none of these are adding up. It's like, is this working for you? Like, what's going on? And sorry, I thought I heard something outside. And it just really kind of wasn't. But I'm like, where are they going with this? I was interested to see where they're going. The Hulk Todd thing, we kind of all because they kept bringing him back. You kind of figured he was the one behind it all. His comeuppance is very, that wasn't satisfying. Like, legitimately was not satisfying. He deserved at least a Hulk kick to the groin or something like that. But otherwise, yeah, otherwise, I mean, look, it wasn't a bad episode. As a season / possibly series finale, it was so-so. But, yeah, I don't know. That's my thoughts. What do you think? Did you like this episode? Did you hate this episode? For me, I liked it. I didn't love it. It was an okay series season finale. But I think it was just cramming too much in, which I think was technically the point, especially when she referenced that everything going on as the fourth wall was broken. I don't know. It left some things to be desired, definitely. But that's just my thoughts. Let me know in the comments below if you feel different. If you do, that's cool. Put it in the comments below. But thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And I'll see you folks for the next one. Have a good one.